Joining us now, Marqueece Harris Dawson, president of the Los Angeles City Council and representative of the city's 8th Council District. Council President, thank you very much for coming to the Sunday show. I need you to clear something up for me. Let me play you what the fire chief had to say on Friday about budget cuts and what they have done to her department's ability is fighting these fires. Watch this.
What I can tell you is we are still understaffed, we're still under-resourced, and we're still underfunded.
Was the budget cut, Chief?
Yes, it was cut, and it did impact our ability to provide service.
So, President Harris Dawson, I wanted to play that because also on the front page of the Los Angeles Times today, there's a story that talks about how the picture here is a little more complicated. You're the president of the Los Angeles City Council. Tell us, is the LA Fire Department under-resourced?
So the Los Angeles Fire Department is perhaps the best funded fire department anywhere in the entire United States. Every department in the city, police, fire, street services, homelessness, rec and parks, all of them routinely on a regular basis ask for more money than the city council can allocate. And the fire department is no different. They asked for more money. We gave them amount of money. Their budget year over year increased by in excess of $50 million. But here's the important point about all of this. When you have a wildfire in the state of California, you have access to the entire state fire resources. We have a mutual aid program here. You call CAL FIRE and fire trucks from Oakland and San Diego and Bakersfield and San Francisco to wherever you are come to support you. So this conversation about the budget and the way in which the chief has been sort of peppered with questions about it doesn't really speak to the moment that we're in now. Now we're in a massive fire that no fire department anywhere in the world could fight on their own. And Los Angeles is doing a great job. We're so proud of LAFD, but we're also happy that, we have folks here from all over the state. We have folks here from even Canada and Mexico helping us fight the fire. I think tomorrow we're going to have a South African fire troop here because that's what firefighters do. They understand that wildfires in any place are too big for any one fire department, and they work together.
And I just wanted to say, I misspoke. The LA Times story was not today. It was on Friday, on the 10th. And it points out that the fire department's operating budget actually grew by more than 7% compared to the prior fiscal year, according to the city's financial analyst. Council President, what more do you need from the state and federal government to protect those communities that haven't been affected yet, but to also help those communities that have been affected?
Well, from the federal government, and by the way, both the federal government and the state government have been great so far. From the federal government, we need a full commitment from FEMA for full reimbursement of all the costs that are required to recovery. And that's going to take some time. It's going to take several months. So far, we've been able to secure that commitment for 6 months at least. We may need longer, so we may be back. From the state, folks are going to need property tax relief. They're going to need some regulatory relief in terms of building back. And the governor, you just played a clip where the governor absolutely committed to that. And we're going to continue to need resources to rebuild the infrastructure, to improve the infrastructure in some cases. And we're going to need regulation of the insurance market as well, because if insurance companies say, we're not going to insure you because this is a neighborhood caught on fire, then we won't be able to rebuild no matter what anybody does. And so we need all of those things to work together in a way that provides the clearest and fastest path back to normalcy for the people that have been so tragically displaced.
I was just about to ask you about insurance, because we know that California was already experiencing an insurance crisis before these fires. How will you or can you support homeowners whose coverage has been dropped or denied even before these fires?
That's a very tough issue here in California. It's not a city issue per se. The insurance market is regulated by the state here in California, but the state leadership is well aware of this challenge that we have. Certainly, because of the amount of fires we have in California, insurance companies have scaled back fire insurance specifically. But we believe that there are design elements, material elements, and landscaping elements that can be used to prevent full destruction of home in the cases that there are fires. And that should provide the basis for insurance companies to step to the front and do what they're in our society do, which is insure people.
Last question for you, President Harris Dawson. I know the governor and the mayor have asked President-elect Donald Trump to come to Los Angeles. Is that a trip you would like to see him make?
I'm ready for him. We'll be excited to see him here. To be in Pacific Palisades here in the city of Los Angeles, the San Fernando Valley, and Pasadena, Altadena. We hope that he comes soon before the 20th. And I know that the mayor and the governor are working on that. And so we're very excited to see him here.
And actually, this is the last question. How concerned are you that some of his rhetoric against the governor might not inure to your constituents' benefit once he becomes president? Are you concerned that he's going to deny Los Angeles the resources it needs not only to fight these fires, if God forbid they are still raging on the 20th, but also once he becomes president?
Well, look, the trash talk is not good for anybody at any time, and an incredibly insulting amount has happened since this fire has been going on and still goes on. You hear the trash talk among a bunch of folks. Hearing it from the president isn't comforting at all. At the same time, I expect that, Donald Trump will as president, will make the move that I think any business person would make. 1 in 4 jobs, new jobs in the United States are created in California. 1 in 3 jobs in California are created in LA County. And so our expectation is he will understand how important this economic engine is to the country, despite how they might have voted or not voted. And he will make sure he does everything to make sure it gets back on its feet and continues to produce for us here in Southern California and beyond, and for the nation.
Los Angeles City Council President Marqueece Harris Dawson, thank you very much for coming to the Sunday Show.